Welcome to the Turning Tides Podcast 18.
This is the news. This is the podcast 18 podcast. This is the 18 podcast.
Podcast 18.
Podcast
News.
News section of the news section for the news.
Cool. So we're just going to update on some things, aren't we?
Yep.
And go through it. Oh,
Yep.
So the first thing,
We've got
we do page turners first.
page turners with Tom.
Okay, so page turners is our new book club on the first and the fourth weekend, first and the fourth Thursday of the month, and it's using various multisensory ways, so puppets, sounds, accents, costumes and stuff,
Books.
to tell stories about the books that may not be accessible to all. If you'd like to get in contact, email me at tom1.tttp@outlook.com and I'll include my email in the link as well. We've also got football. So do you want to talk about that? What's been going on?
We've got like people coming to football now. If anyone's interested, basically go to the bench
So,
because we need now. We've got a team.
oh, you got a team now?
Yes, if anyone wants to play a blast again, they go to the bench.
Brilliant. Well, I'll include Ben's email in the link as well.
Go to the because we're basically looking now for a team we can play now.
Cool. So we've also got the arts trial coming up. We've signed up for that, which is having our music and our artwork featured around creditors. In Tesco's, yeah. So we're having it. Loads of artists are having loads of kind of art shared all around credit, and we're a part of that. So it's just a continuation of our exhibition. Piece. Do you remember that? Do you remember what you did for your exhibition?
I got to
piece?
do one.
You want to do one?
I got to do one with I got to do one. Mate.
Ames, do you remember what you did for your exhibition
You
piece?
have to look online. What times are?
Do you remember the song and the picture? Have you done one? Yeah. Do you remember which one you did?
I did the horse,
The horse.
Yeah.
What was the music as well that went with it?
Black Beauty.
Black Beauty.
Yeah.
Lovely. So that will be featured in and around
Yeah.
Tesco when it's all done. We've also got our heritage project with the Palace. It's still ongoing, where we're seeking to tell stories about the old cinema in Crediton. So if you have any stories about that, let Abby know. I'll include her email in the bottom. So if you have any stories that you'd like to tell, let us know. We're working towards an exhibition piece at the end of that. We've been recently doing some jewellery workshops run by Amber, which have been brilliant. So she'll bring in all the kit. Did you do the jewellery workshop, Ames? Were you part of the jewellery workshop? You were? You sure? I can't remember. It was brilliant. So we for the tea room shop, so we can sell them on. But we basically chose the design we wanted. Bashed in the design, so TTTP would be on there, or music, or anything we think would sell. And we just designed them from scratch, and we held them as necklaces or earpieces and things. That was brilliant. We've also just started work on the Open Orchestra video game. So this is actually new for today. Open Orchestra is brilliant, but some of the music is not the most accessible because it's got old classical music. And what we're trying to do is make that more. People love video game music, so we're gonna design our own video game and then write the music for that. So Anthony and Hazel are currently showing us Blender and SketchUp and Unity. So we're going to try and learn all three and design our own, which would be brilliant. So fingers crossed that isn't impossible because it looks hard, but I'm sure when you get to know it, it's fine. Yeah, cool. Well, that'd be brilliant. So that's what we've got coming on, really. We've got a few new gigs lined up. I'll include the dates for the gigs down below as well. So if you'd like to get in touch with anything, you can find us online or in the Credit and Tea Room shop. Thank you for listening to the news section.
This is Abby's history section song.
Hello and welcome to the kind of podcast 18's history section. With us today we have
Stuart.
Abby.
and myself, Tom. So the history section is links to our heritage project at the Palace. So we're kind of practicing our researching and archiving skills, because the heritage project is also about kind of researching and going through archives and going through kind of people's stories and gathering information about the history of the Palace. So
Right.
it's really relevant and really helpful, the skills we're learning through this. Today, for the month of May, Abby has found a new famous person to research, who she's going to introduce now.
Okay, so the person I chose for the month of May is Florence Nightingale. So she was born on the 12th of May, 1820, and died on the 13th of August in 1910. She was born in Florence, Grand Duchy of Tuscany, and died in Mayfair, London. She was the founder of modern nursing when she was in the war. She had many awards, such as the Royal Red Cross in 1883, Lady of Grace of the Order of St. John in 1907, and also the Order of Merit in 1907. She studied at Selimai Barracks in Scutari, and also King's College, also in London. She majored in hospital hygiene and sanitation statistics. She served as a nurse in the Crimean War and became an icon in Victorian culture, especially with the persona of the lady with the lamp.
That's really interesting, because kind of, when you think about it, what she's done for women in nursing is incredible.
Yeah.
What an achievement. She's paved the way for kind of women everywhere. Really iconic figure in history. It was a really good choice. What do you think about Florence Nightingale, Stu? Off about what Abby said. She's
Yeah, the history of it.
nurse
The nurse
for the war.
history.
Saved loads and loads of people, helped them out. What do you think? Impressive woman?
Yeah.
What about you, Luke? Any thoughts?
What's the
Okay, so as I said, she was in the Crimean War. The Crimean War was a very big war between many places. So on October 21st, in 1854, Florence Nightingale and the staff of 38 women volunteered nurses that she had trained, including her own aunt, May Smith, and 15 Catholic nuns.
She trained them as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were sent, under the authorization of Sidney Herbert, to the Ottoman Empire.
So the Ottoman Empire, I believe, was Turkish at the time.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So Nightingale was assisted in Paris by one of her best friends, Mary Clark. So she obviously had a lot of people with her, including her friends, her family. So if things did get bad, and she might have saw them get hurt as well, because she was also on the field as a medic, so
So what a strong woman. Yeah.
she might have seen some horrific things.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
Like wartime, being a medic then anyway.
Yeah. So they were deployed about 295 nautical miles, which roughly goes to 546 kilometres and 339 miles. So a long way.
From where? From the UK?
Across the Black Sea from Balaclava in the Crimea, where the main British camp was based.
Gosh.
So long way. So when I said about the Selimai Barracks in Scutari, it's the modern day Üsküdar in Istanbul. Yeah, neither do I. I'm just guessing. So if there's any people that live there and you're listening to this, please do not be offended. It's just I'm really bad at pronunciation. Her team found that poor care for wounded soldiers was being delivered by overworked medical staff in the face of official indifference. So a lot of people were given poor care and they were overworked, and not paid a lot. So they were there in harsh conditions, doing the best they could, but they just couldn't. So she went to help them. The medicines were in short supply, hygiene was neglected, and mass infections were common. So nowadays we have things like penicillin, I think. Is it penicillin for infections? And amoxicillin. We have all that to treat infections. They didn't. So
Yeah.
they
Rough,
just had
painful.
to. So they obviously, most of them died of infection, not only because of bleeding out infections. And
So she must have seen
we're
some horrible
lucky.
things.
We're lucky what medicine we have.
Yeah. I mean, you almost take it for granted, don't you? Kind of what we have and how it can help
Yeah,
us.
we complain about our small little colds, but
Well, we complain about the NHS.
Yeah.
You know, and having
they
free.
had
Yeah.
they had nothing.
A, it's free. B, it's amazing
Yeah.
what you get given, and when you think back to what it was
Well,
before,
yeah.
there's no comparison. Right. So when she came back from the war, Luke, what happened? Do you remember? The death rates were still really high. So it was food, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the one, mate. Yeah. Just being tired and overworked. That's it. And just not enough to go around. Like medicine or anything. Yeah. So those were the three we went through. What happened when she came back to the UK? Do you remember? Knowing that those three things were kind of in her mind. Yeah, exactly. So she fought for it, didn't she? She fought for better living conditions. Yeah, better food. What was the last one? What was the last one?
Hygiene, wasn't it?
Yeah, better hygiene as well.
So more soap.
So she fought for all three of those things when she came back, and that's so throughout her life she looked out for people, from like being in the war to afterwards in the hospitals when people were killed by poor living conditions. So I guess we can bring the history section for podcast 18 to an end with Florence Nightingale. Look, Luke, what do you think would be the best thing about her life?
Power.
Powerful woman? Yeah. What was it you said before about, like, she fought for other people as well? Do you remember what the word was? She's like, yeah?
She fought for humanitarian rights.
Yeah.
So basic food, hygiene, medicine.
Better lives for people, wasn't it? That's it, yeah. Right, well, I think that concludes the history section. It's goodbye from myself.
Bye from me.
Cool. And we're out.
Bye. Thank you for singing. Thank you.
Epic NW.